Hey, folks, it's Dave here in Studio B. It's a Sunday night. It's a cold and rainy Sunday night, as it's been for the last few weeks. It seems like it's been 39 degrees and raining cloudy or raining and drizzle for the last several days. We actually had snow on Saturday. It was just a coating, but when I went up to New Hampshire to do the game, which was yesterday, yeah, there was a lot of snow on the ground. Well, you know, coating, half inch. That's a lot for April. We had more snow in April than we had in March, if you can believe it. That's just kind of how it went. I was going to jump on last night. Holy cow, though, if you caught any of what was going on with me, we had that playoff game yesterday, game 4, and the team I was covering all year long upset the first place team in 4 games, 4 best of 5, and they're moving on to New Jersey this week and for the Final Four, if you will. Emotional game. You know, if they lost, they'd have to go and play at the other team's rink, and they were like the top-rated team, the defending champs, yada, yada. And they're down 3-1 in the third. And I'm planning my questions for the coach, and I had one set of questions if they won and one set of questions if they lost. And if they lost, again, they're not done. They still got to go play a game 5. But the chance to wrap up a series at home, you don't want to be the Boston Bruins or the Toronto Maple Leafs. You want to win it. And so they come back from 3-1 in dramatic fashion, tied it up, took the lead with about 3:16 to play, and they called the goal off. They said they initially called it a goal, then they talked it over and said it never went over the goal line. And when we looked at the replay, they were right. And it's like, okay, we're okay with that. It still stinks, you know. And then they come back a minute later and they scored again. And this time they didn't take it away. Then they got a couple empty netters. And the place was packed. It was going nuts. Team was crying. Coaches were crying. I was crying. It was just like a blabbering mess. I couldn't believe that they came back and just won it like that. And again, it's not the championship. They won the division. They move on. And it was just such an emotional game. And so I come home yesterday. I just crashed. And it's like, I don't think I can come on here. I'm just too tired. So that's why I'm back here today. Not that today's been much better. Today's been cold and rainy. I didn't get to the gym. I didn't do a walk. I did get out, though. You know what I did today, though? I did go out and I had lunch with a listener of the show. Yeah, he was coming through Massachusetts, and he says, hey, I'm coming through on Sunday. I said, geez, you know, I think I'm available Sunday. So he's like, well, why don't we meet for lunch? So I met him at a place, and we had some lunch, and we chatted about 2 hours about games. I felt bad because he needed to get back on the road and get home. He had a long way to go, but it was just, you know, that's what D2D-Con's going to be. It's just people talking, and that's half the battle because, you know, we don't get to talk face-to-face. At least I don't get to talk face-to-face with anybody. It's all, you know, on email or Facebook or computer, and that's fine. But when you get to sit across from somebody and, you know, having a burger with somebody, you know, different burgers. We didn't share the same burger. Okay, just be clear. Wasn't one of those things. But yeah, it's just so, I mean, we're just sitting there chatting. It's like, so what games you play? What games you play? Oh, why do you like that? Why do you like this? You know, and, you know, how'd you start the show? And, you know, what's it like to work with Ron? And, you know, all these things. You just got to talk to people. And it just was so, so fun. And so that's what I did today. As Barbara comes by, and David as well, and Jeff. Good to see you, Jeff. Parallel League. I always confuse you with the Human League. I don't know if you're old enough to remember the Human League, you know. You like to well, that's because I was looking for National League teams, and I didn't have any of the ones I'm playing tonight. All right. As Bob, yes, face-to-face is good. It's just the idea that, you know, you just get to sit across from somebody and look at them and the whole bit. And David from Montana comes by. Good to see you, David from Montana. We actually had some parents come in this year to New Hampshire to one of the hockey games, and their son's on the team. And they're like, we're from Montana. And, you know, we came out here to watch them play live and visit and say hi. But, you know, we watch on the internet the games I do, and so they introduce themselves. So we had some people from Montana here. No, it's not interesting. Okay, so do you remember the Human League? You remember the Human League? What was their big song that the Human League did? I forget what it was. Human League had a big song in the 80s. They probably had a lot of big songs in the 80s. Everyone had a big song in the 80s, if you think about it. No, it's not. This is just a hat that I have here because we're going to play. Was it Don't You Want Me, Baby? Was that it? Dave was right on top of this stuff here. He really is. And Eastern Colorado, I'll be coming out there, Mark. Go to play.com, play.com, in June. I got my tickets, my hotel, my plane, the whole bit. And if all goes well, I'll be out there. It's all pretty much all paid for, so hopefully I'll be out there. But let me show you what we got going on today. All right, so here we are. We got the Mets. Yep, playing some Mets for Barbara tonight. And the San Diego Super Padres. Yep. So we're going back to 1980. This is September 6th, 1980. Here's our lineup. Wilson, Backman, Mazzilli, Washington, Youngblood, who played with the Rams. Brooks, wasn't he the coach of Team USA? Alex Trevino from Jeopardy. Bill Almond Brothers, and Ray Burris. And for San Diego, Richard, Smith, Humphreys, Perkins, Tennis, Evans, Stimmick, Flannery, and Rick Wise. I don't know why I just wanted to play Rick Wise tonight. So we're going to have Rick Wise on the mound here tonight. This is APBA Basic. Just wanted to play some Basic here tonight. I will be getting back into the Master, which is my preferred way to play. But as I was talking to my friend tonight at lunch, we got talking about games we play and why. He says, at night when I'm tired and I want to play something, APBA Basic Baseball is my go-to game, as you guys know that. So it's not really late tonight, but it's just been a blah day. And so I don't have I was going to play some Hockey Bones or APBA Hockey, even APBA Football. I keep threatening to get APBA Football here on the channel, but I think I was going to play some baseball tonight. I might even do a doubleheader. Let's see how this goes. If I don't go like 29 innings, like I always go, let's see how it goes. And Kevin comes by. I think you've been playing some crazy stuff too, Kevin, right? You're the one that's been working like a fiend and then slipping in some games. I've been following a couple of people on Facebook, and some people have been working like as many hours as I was over the winter and trying to slip in some games, and other people have been playing some football and some baseball. So I sorry if I my old brain can't sort it all out, but I do follow everybody, but sometimes I don't remember who is who. And all righty, so. Alrighty. Okay, so you're the one working the crazy hours. Yeah, I was just doing that myself, and it's tough. And you know what's funny today? So I was talking to I'll tell his name, Larry Mullins. You see Larry in the chat room here once in a while, and we get talking about just working hours and not playing. So he's taking a road trip right now, doing some stuff. He's like, I brought some games with me, but I haven't had a chance to play, and I bought some more stuff, and I still haven't had a chance to play it. And I was like, I know what you mean. And I says, we don't beat ourselves up. We just play when we can, and we try to have some fun when we can. And that's what we do. Okay, so as you can see, we have the Mets and the Padres. We're playing in San Diego. I don't remember where the Padres played. That's my thing. Like, was that, wasn't it Dave something stadium? Dave Murphy Stadium, Jack Murphy Stadium, or something like that. I don't know. I usually have that all ready to go, but I don't tonight. So as far as I'm concerned, we're playing in San Diego tonight. All right, so let's go. Again, APBA Basic, just having some fun here tonight. This is Dave's Classic Rewind from September 6th, 1980. Just going back in time and playing a game tonight just to kind of take my mind off some things and decompress, if you will. So we have Mookie Wilson here, a 41, and he's got a 28. And a 28 in the second column. That's going to be down the shortstop. And who's our shortstop over here? Of course, that's Ozzie Smith. Ozzie Smith makes the play. It is one away. All righty, so now we have Wally Backman turn overdrive. Let's go. Oh, so they do play at Jack Murphy Stadium. I was pretty close. Oh, Dave Murphy, he's the guy that handles my some of my business dealings. I was like, well, that was close. I'm on the green. Speaking of greens, Ron may or may not have wagered some money on the golf today. And the guy he had was in the lead by like 7 strokes, and he just fell apart. And I was like, messaging Ron. I go, Ron, what is going on? You took this guy. He's 7 strokes in the lead on Sunday, and now he's going to playoff overtime. So I'm like, how does this happen? So we were getting a good chuckle out of that, Oh, man, Wally is taking care of business. Yes, he is. Every day. All right, what's he going to do here? Is he taking care of business with a 25? That's going to be an 8. Now, Rick Wise is a C. So an 8 over here on the C chart that's going to be a single up the middle because he likes to mingle. So Backman is on, taking care of business. And now we have Lee Mazzilli. All righty. Lee Mazzilli coming up. And we're not going to bunt with one away. We're going to let Lee drop off the key. Here we go. Oh, no, look at that, folks. What is that, right? That is a 66. That's going to be a 0, right? It's going to be Monster 0. All right, let's see what Monster 0 has to say with a 12. That's going to be an 11. An 11C is a single to left field, and the runner goes to third. And then Mazzilli will steal second base. So we have a single 2 bases and then a stolen base for Mazzilli. So just like that. And that's why I do play APBA Basic, because there's a lot of things that are automatic. You don't got to think too much. You just play and have some fun. And some people say, well, I don't like that. And I'm like, well, that's why at times I play other games. Sometimes I'll play another game because I just don't want to deal with it. And sometimes I like to let it play out, and sometimes I like to get more involved. And that's what the APBA Master Game and Payoff Pitch does a little bit too. So, yes, you like the Godzilla reference? Yes. I know. I don't know what it is. I got references tonight. Here we go. Claudell Washington coming up against Rick Wise. Here we go. Second and third. One away. Here we go. And, we're playing infield deep, by the way. 54 is a 32. Dun, 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 dun. 32 says that's going to be hit into right field. That will get the run to score. And a fast runner moves to third base. So, yes. So everyone tags. So it's going to be a fly ball, Washington, into right field. Broderick Perkins will make the catch, but everybody moves up, and the Mets take a 1-0 lead. Monster Zero sounds like a sugar-free energy drink. That's actually not a bad idea. I was huge into Godzilla as a kid, like really huge into Godzilla. I still, and I've said it on the show, I think, I still have Godzilla dreams that I'm out somewhere and he's coming down the street and I'm always, like, everyone's running, but I'm going to outsmart Godzilla, so I'm going to go around him. So as he's walking, instead of him chasing me, I'm going this way, like down streets, and I'm trying to like get around so he'll go by me. I still have those dreams to this day, no joke. I was just traumatized by Godzilla as a kid. Now I watch it, I'm like, why was I ever traumatized by this? The first one was creepy. After that, they were all kind of silly. But the first one was kind of creepy. The new ones with Kong have been good, I got to say. The original was still the best, but the Kong ones were good. I got to say, I did like them. I really did. Baby Godzilla was, although I liked that one because they showed all the different monsters in that one. It was a weird one. The kid being chased by the guys and kept dreaming about Baby Godzilla. That was weird. But I like when they showed a lot of the monsters. I did. The only one I didn't like was the lobster. I didn't like that one at all. All right, so we have Youngblood coming up here. All right, he was in a hockey movie, I think. And we got 2 outs and a man on third base. 1-0 already here in the first inning. And we have a 64-13. You know what a 13 is? Strike him out. So they will get 2 hits. They will get 1 run. And that's where we stand right now after a half inning. Wally Backman turn overdrive, taking care of business, scoring the only run of the game. So we have Raymond Burris. He was in Godzilla, right? Raymond Burris. And we're going to take a look at some of our guys over here for San Diego. Again, you're starting to see some obscure teams on my channel. They're obscure for me, I should say. You know, the Seattle Mariners, San Diego Padres, those are all, I consider them obscure teams. I just didn't know much about them back in the day. I was, again, out here in the Boston area, it's all American League stuff. You didn't see much of the National at all. And Kevin says he likes the spectator mode. Yeah, that's why I play some of these games too. It's just to see how it, roll and right. Rolls, let the game play out and not have to make too many decisions. I do like that. And Barbara says, like the old Godzilla is the best. Yep. Ollie comes by. 1980 is my favorite APBA set that I own, except I have the original version. I was talking to again, Larry today at lunch, and I says, I says, because he finds some things at like flea markets and stuff. And I was like, I don't really look for that stuff anymore because I like the newer seasons. Like these cards here with all the master symbols and how they're laid out with the team and stuff. I like that. I have some older seasons that I've either bought or people have sent me. But if I have my dithers, I want to get the newer cards. And that goes for hockey too and football. I just to me, they work better for me. And I know there's nostalgia with the old one, but these are more functional for me. I'm a very visual guy, and I'm a info junkie, so I need to have as much information as possible, and this is what I get out of this card here. So, all right, so Gene Richards come up. Let's see what Gino could do against Ray Burris. And so we have a 31 over here. I want to make sure I read off the right side here, because I will tend to make mistakes over here. So we have a 9, right? That's going to be a 31 and a 9 against a C pitcher, and a 9 is, well, that's going to be popped up a mile in the air, and the third baseman is Hubie Brooks. Comes over, and it's going to be popped out, and we got one away as Hubie Brooks will make the catch. And, David was talking about Schmidt, and I have played some 80 Phillies. They are fun. And Human League says my fantasy hockey team is the Hamilton Mustangs from the Youngblood movie. All right, so you get the Youngblood reference. All right. Can I call you Human League or is it Parallel League? I'm going to get it mixed up all night long. I get Human League in my head now. All right, so we have Ozzie Smith, right, before he went to the Cardinals or after the Cardinals? That's the Ozzie Smith that was with the Cardinals. I remember him with the Cardinals, not so much San Diego, but we're going to be San Diego tonight. All right, so what do we got here? A 25. That's going to be an 11. And 11C is single, right up the middle. So Ozzie Smith likes the single, and he will steal the base too. Again, this is where the automatic steal comes in. And some people like it, some people don't. When I'm playing APBA at night like this, I like it. I don't have to think about it. At other times, when I have a little bit more energy and a little bit more mind power, then I want to play something that I have to think about, like Payoff Pitch or APBA Master or, even Strat 2 a little bit. Or Season Ticket 2, one of those. Yeah, Phoenix Knight comes in and says, what did he say? This must be before Ozzie went to St. Louis because he was a Cardinal when he did 85. Okay, so this might have been before St. Louis. You might be right. Someone have to look that up. I don't have Baseball Reference open right now. All right, so we have a man on second. It's 1-0 Mets. We're in the bottom of the first. There's one away, and we have Jerry Mumphrey coming up. All right, there's Jerry Mumphrey. And a 63 is a 31. And the Mets have the worst fielding, by the way. They only have a 33 fielding, which is column 3, which is pretty bad. All right, so we said a 31 in column 3, and that's going to be in the center field, and nobody will go anywhere, and there'll be 2 outs now. All righty. Ozzie was drafted by San Diego. Okay, that's interesting. So now we have Perkins coming up. So we got a man on second, 2 away. That's the tying run. And Perkins is going to try to get something going here for San Diego Super Padres. A 26, 27, not liking that. And that's going to be a ground ball to third base, and that will end the inning. So they get the 1 hit, but they don't get anything. And after 1 inning, it is 1-0 for the New York Mets. Is it the Metropolitans? Is that what it really was? Okay. So let's come back here to the second inning, and we got Hubie Brooks here. He was the coach of Team USA Hockey, I think. And let's see how Hubie Brooks does against Rick Wise. A 52. That's going to be a 27. Not liking the 27. And it's going to be ripped down to third base. And he will get out on the ground ball. Yes, that's Barry Evans. Right? Barry Evans with the throw. Now we have Alex Trevino from Jeopardy. Right? And let's see what the question's going to be. So we have a 42. 42 is the 13. Well, 13. And the answer is struck him out. 2 away. And let's see. Oh, Smith was in San Diego through 81. Was a Cardinal in 82. Okay. That makes sense. And so now we have Bill Almond Brothers coming up here. Alrighty. I don't know if he's tied to the whipping post here. 25. That's a 9C, but I think that's going to be a pop-up to third base. So it's a 1, 2, 3 inning here for the San Diego Super Padres. So that's what we look like here after 2. 1-0 Mets. And so we're going to bring out our pitcher and our guy here. Okay. And so, what do we have going on now? We have Gene Tennis. Gino's coming up here. Let's see what Tennis is going to do. Gene Tennis. All righty. And Mark thinks Ozzie went to Cardinals for Gary Templeton. That might make sense, too. That might make sense. Okay. As AP comes by, good to see you, AP. You have the Associated Press here, keeping some stats for us tonight, if you will. 1-0 Mets, bottom of the second. Our leadoff hitter is Tennis, and Gino with a 43. That'll be a 29. And a 29, that's going to be back to the mound. And Burris will make the play. So we have a G1. And that is never good. I always hated hitting it back to the pitcher. So we got one away. Barry Evans coming up. And we have a 14. That's a 30. And that's going to be a high fly into center field. The left field is going to come over and take it, though. So we're going to call that F7. And that's going to be Claudel Washington. 2 away. Craig Stimmick. A 36. I'm not liking that. That's a 33. And that's going to be infield pop-up. And, yep, popped up to the second baseman. And who's the second baseman? Wally Bachman turned overdrive. So Wally will make the catch. Everybody goes down. And so, we go here. So no hits. No hits. So that's where we stand here. After 2, the Mets won. And San Diego, absolutely nothing. So now we have the pitcher coming up, Ray Burris. One thing that is nice about the APBA cards is you just use their pitcher card. You don't have to worry about getting a pitcher card or anything like that, you know. So, all righty. Ray Burris comes up. And we got a 14. That's going to be a 30. And a 30 is, I think it's a fly ball into left field. So Burris will fly out. Not bad. The pitcher hits. I like when the pitcher at least gets a hit in the field of play. And it's one away. Mookie Wilson grounded out to short. And Dave said, how do you know what card I'm looking at? I'm always looking at the batter. Always looking at the batter card. So this guy's at the bat, and this is where I'm looking over here. Okay, I'm looking at the pitcher rating, which is a C. So if I have to go to the pitcher column on my chart, that's what I look at here. Now, when both pitchers are up, like this guy was up, I have to remember to look at him because they're both pitchers, but he was at the plate. So we have a 45 for Wilson, right? Wilson. You know, it's a 14 with a star. So 14 with a star. Now that's a steal, right? If there's nobody on base, so it's going to be ball 4. It's going to be a walk and a steal. So Wilson gets the walk, and he will get the stolen base. So they're stealing bases here is what they're doing. Captain Carl comes by. Nice. And he says, also in that trade, Steve Mura and a player to be named later was sent to San Diego. Sent to St. Louis was Sixto Lescano and a player to be named later. That's interesting. And Dave said, yeah, stolen base. Yeah, so I don't see that very often here. But when it has that, right? When it has well, let me get this out of your way. Sorry about that. When it's got the star like it does here, that's a stolen base, right? And our drink of choice here, we're going with a box root beer tonight. Which I shouldn't have because I had some Diet Pepsi today at lunch with Larry. And I told him, I said, I quit soda for 7 years, and I've been having it again. Like if I go out, I'll have a Diet Pepsi with lunch if I go out. I don't have any here usually except for the root beer. So technically I haven't quit it. Yeah, only if the base is unoccupied. And it is. Yes, it is. So it's got, so a walk and a stolen base. So Wilson on second base. So with one away, we have Wally Bachman turn overdrive coming up. Actually, runner on second base. Sorry about that. Runner on second base. Bachman will come up. He's already got a single in this game. So let's see what he does here. Bachman against Wise. We have a 12. That's a 25. And a 25 is line drive right at the second baseman. Throw to second. No, he's safe. So Wally Backman lines it to second base. A diving play by Flannery, but he can't get the double play. So getting back is Wilson. So now we have Lee Mazzilli, who also singled. He drove in the game's only run. So a man in scoring position, we have 2 away. And in case you're wondering, Wilson is fast at second base. A 24-13. Call strike 3. Strike him out. So they don't get any hits, and they leave a runner in scoring position. And so, after 2.5, 1-0 for the Mets. Alrighty. So we're moving right along here, and we're walking, and we're walking. And coming up here, we're going to have Flannery here. Tim Flannery, the Flan. He is the second baseman tonight. Second baseman. We have a 21 for Flannery. That's a 30, and that's going to be hit into left center field, and our left fielder is going to make this catch here, and that's going to be Claudell Washington. So we have 1 away. Now it's the pitcher, so I got to bring Wise over to the table. So again, we have 2 pitchers here, but he's the batter. So Rick Wise facing Burris, and we have a 41. 13, well, we know what that is. Strike him out. So Wise goes down. That's why I hate to say it. I always thought it was weird to see the pitchers hitting because they couldn't hit. Not many of them could. And there's a whole strategy there that I'm kind of learning, and it is kind of neat. But at the same time, it's almost an automatic out every time. Gino Richards popped it up. Gino Richards struck him out. So a couple of Ks here by Burris. And the Mets go down in order. All righty. And so we will go now to the 4th inning. It is still 1-0 New York. Potential overtime again tonight, right? Okay, Claudell Washington flied out to right field. And he's the one that got the run home on a sacrifice. It wasn't Mazzilli, it was Washington. My bad. And so we have a 16. That's going to be a 28. And 28 against San Diego is going to be hit down the shortstop. So Washington grounds out to our shortstop today, who is Ozzie Smith. And we have 1 away. AP picked up some Player of the Game basketball. Which ones? Because I picked up some too. They're having the Easter sale right now. And I got... what did I get? I think I got 80-81 for the Celtics. I don't know if I got 1 or 2 seasons, but I know I got at least 1 season of Player of the Game basketball. I'm going to get that on the channel here. I got to get back to that. That's a fun game. Joel Youngblood, the 3rd. A 53, a 16. That's an odd number. And that's going to be a fly ball into center field, and it's going to be an easy catch out there for Jerry Mumphrey. Mumphrey with the F8. 2 away. Boy, not a lot going on here. I think these were 2 bad teams in 1980, weren't they? I think they were 2 bad teams. Because their defense is terrible, by the way, when I added up the numbers. All right, Hubie Brooks, a 26, is going to be a 27. And that is down to third base. Ground ball down to third, and a long throw coming from Barry Evans. And that is that. As you can tell, I don't know the teams all that well here on the 1980 Mets or the 1980 Padres. I know some of them, but I mostly know American League. So, here we go. Here's the score sheet again. So we're back after 3.5. 1-0 Mets. So Ozzie Smith will start us off. He singled and stole the base. We have a 32. That'll be a 26. And the 26 says right down to second base. And he didn't even have to move. So Wally Bachman turned overdrive with the play. Mumphrey coming up. He flied out to center. A 32. That's a 26. And that's going to be down to second base as well. And so Bachman with another put out. And so now we have Perkins here. He hit it down to third base. And a 43 is a 29. And this is going to be right back to the mound. So 3 ground balls and 3 outs. And so the Padres go down very quietly. All right, so we get no hits there. So, yeah, so there's our score sheet now. It is Mets 1, San Diego, absolutely nothing. All right, Jeopardy time with Alex Trevino, all right? And a 63 says 31, and that's a deep fly ball in the center field, and that'll be a nice, easy catch out there for Jerry Mumphrey, one away. And AP says he picked up 80, 81, 81, 82, and 82, 83. Those are some good seasons. Like I said, I got the 80, 81 to play the Celtics. 82, wasn't that the Sixers? I think it was, Dave says new version of Above the Rim, which is even easier to play. Good. I need to check that out. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to write it down right now. Above the Rim. Where do I find that, David? Where do I find that? I just wrote that down. Where do I go find that so I can play that? I think Ron told me about that. I think I tried it one time, and it was a little weird. Let me see. Do I know? Did Downey ever have Player of the Game hockey? Well, from what I understand, Player of the Game hockey is now shootout. From what I understand, okay, because there was a Player of the Game hockey, but I think that became shootout. I think, okay. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's kind of how that went down. All right, the Almond brothers, Bill Almond, a 16 is a 28 with one away, and the 28 is down the short. Ozzie Smith, right? 2 away. Not much going on here. I need to get my baseball scoreboard back out here with the runners and stuff. I'll do that. Sometimes, though, I just like to play cards, and I don't want to have to worry about any displays. Delphi Tabletop Sports. Okay. I will check that out. That's a spreadsheet game, right? That's a spreadsheet game. We have the pitcher now coming back up. So Ray Burris hitting for the second time. He flied out to left, so he's got 2 outs. And a 42 is a 13, and he will strike him out this time. So Burris will go down. That is that. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Rick Wise. All righty, so no hits there. So there we stand after, since that initial inning, we've had absolutely nothing going on here. Bottom of the 5th. Here in San Diego, boring game. 1-0. Geno Tennis coming up. Fury Gene. They call him Fury Gene, by the way. Fury Gene. 32. And it's going to be a fly ball into right field. And the right fielder coming over is Joel Youngblood. He'll make the catch for the Mets. All right, Barry Evans. A 54. Boy, we've only had that one double, right? The only time we've had the doubles today. A 32, and that's going to be into right center field. The right fielder will take it. So that's 2 plays here by Youngblood in right field. And then we have Stimmich. It looks like a game that has to be contractually obligated to play. Yeah, this is, again, I do my Dave's Classic Rewind. I go back, and I just look at the schedule and pick a game. And sometimes with baseball, I look at the pitchers. So as long as I know some of the pitchers and some of the players, I'll go back and play it. I don't have to know everybody, but that's just kind of what I do. All right, 2 outs. Stimmich, the catcher. And we have a 21. That'll be a 30. And with 2 outs, it's going to be a fly ball into center field. And our center fielder today is Mookie Wilson, and he will make the catch. And that'll retire the side. So there we go. So after 5 innings of play, it is 1-0 New York. And so Wilson will kick it off here. And, yes, that's a good point here. So Gus says even crappy teams can produce great games. Yep. The most famous crappy game that I can talk about was a Thanksgiving Day game, Green Bay, Detroit. And at that point, both teams were awful. I think they were fighting for last place in that NFC Central. And they went to an overtime game. They had a kickoff return. It was one of the most exciting Thanksgiving games I've ever seen. and it was a game that meant absolutely nothing because both teams were terrible. But I remember watching that, like glued to it. And I don't remember what year it was, but I was like, man, that was a great game between two bad teams. It really was, you know. Let's see here. So we have Wilson kicking things off. Well said. So we're in the 6th inning now, and it's Wilson. And we have a 52. Boy, garbage rolls here today. Garbage. Down to third base, a G5. And making this play is the shortstop. Third base is Barry Evans. Will make the play. Parallel League asked me, am I any good at Excel? I play a lot of my sports sims using Excel and macros. Depends. Like I use the Keith sent me over Hockey Bones and APBA hockey spreadsheets. They're helpers. I didn't create them. I don't think I could. So I use them, but I couldn't create them. I can create spreadsheets like for regular season basketball and baseball and stuff like that, so I can add numbers and keep a tally. So I can do that. But as far as like creating some really good helpers and macros, no, I just never learned to do that. All right, so Wally Backman, he's got a single, scored the game's only run. All right, Wally Backman, a 52, and that's a 27, and that's going to be down to third base, and he is out as well. So 2 ground balls down to third base, and it's been a busy inning for our third baseman, Barry Evans. All right, Mazzilli with 2 outs. Oh, there's a double right there. There's an 8C. And an 8C, that's going to be a single up the middle because he likes to mingle. All right, so Mazzilli's on. We haven't had a runner in quite some time. We haven't had a hit in quite some time. All right, so we have Claudell Washington coming up. He's flied out and grounded out. Let's see what he's going to do. We have a 26. That's a 13. And swing and a miss, struck him out. So they'll get the hit. No runs. And there's our scoreboard here. It is still 1 to absolutely nothing. All righty, so Burris will come back out on the mound. And Flannery is going to lead us off. So Tim Flannery leading us off. Flied out to left field is what he's done. All righty. And Michael comes by and says this feels a big reason to go back into baseball. Well, like I say, I enjoy the baseball. I'm more of a hockey guy, and I love my football games too. But baseball's fun. It's usually simpler and quicker to play, and I have a lot of baseball nostalgia, so I like going back and doing that. And baseball's been enjoyable for me, more than I thought it would be. But yeah, I'm glad you like it. I play some different games here from time to time. I have my favorites, especially at night when I'm tired. I got my favorites like this that I play. Oh, there we go. There's a 55. There's an 8C, and that's a single because he likes to mingle as well. So Flannery's on. So that's going to bring up Wise. So what we're going to do here, we're bunting. Right? We got the pitcher coming up. So we are bunting here. So let's go to my buntaroony chart over here. So we have a sacrifice bunt, runner on first. All right, Wise squares up. Everybody knows he's bunting, okay? Everybody knows he's going to bunt. So we have a 26. Oh, no, it's a 13. Excuse me. Bunted foul, strike 1. All right, we're going to try to go again. A 42. Uh-oh. 13. Bunted foul, strike 2. We're gonna. It's probably not gonna get a hit, so we're gonna let him go again. We're gonna try to let him bunt the third time. A 16 is a 28. Bunt back to the mound, and this is gonna be a good sacrifice. So we're gonna give him the sacrifice hit. So it took him a couple times, a little risky there, but Wise will get the job done. All right. So Wise is out, and we have Flannery going down to second base. So Richards will come up to hit now. So now we have a runner on first base. All right. And, yeah, there's Gene Richards popped out and struck out. So he's got a runner on second base. Scoring position. That's the tying run. And a 15. Ooh, it's an 11. That's a different number. And an 11 is going to be a single. And the runner goes to third, and he will steal a base. So So he'll get the single and then steal the base. We have a lot of stolen bases in this game. So we have second and third right now. Right? Second and third. So finally the Padres got something cooking here as Ozzie Smith comes out. So with one away, they got Flannery on third and Richards on second. Do we load the bases and play for the double play? All right, there's my question. Do we walk Smith and pitch to Mumphrey to load the bases and play for two? That's going to be my question to you while I have some root beer. Hey, Joshua. Thanks for coming by here. I was just playing some baseball here tonight. And I'm wondering what you guys want me to do here. I'll give it a couple seconds because the feed is always behind. Do not walk Smith. Okay. Pitch to Smith. Okay. He's got a 230 batting average. Okay. Now, the other guy is a 298 batting average. Okay. All right. So we're not going to walk Smith. Pitch to Smith. Okay. All right. So they have the meeting at the mound. Pitching coach Gus and bench coach AP say do not walk him. We're going to pitch to Smith. All right. Do we go infield in? That's my other question. Do we play infield in here? Second and third, one out, bottom of the sixth, 1-0. So this is my situation here. We're in the bottom of the sixth, 1-0, and we have second and third. So do we play? I would say we would play in, right? Because this late in the game, I mean, we're a little bit more than halfway through the game, but we don't want to allow the run home, right? So I'm thinking we're going to play in. I'm going to play infield in here. You hate to give up the run. Infield in. Okay, AP says infield in. So all right, so the bench coach AP says let's keep the infield in. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go infield in. So we're going to pitch to Smith, and Captain Carl says infield in. All right, so infield in, because you have to call that stuff in APBA before you pitch. All right, so here it is. Might give up both runs. Well, we're going to go infield in here. We're going to play that way again. That's it's not a big deal. It's not part of a project. It's just a one-off here tonight. So we're going to have some fun. I try to keep it realistic. I try not to do anything really stupid. But all right, Ozzie Smith, infield in. Here's the pitch. It's a 43. That's going to be a 29. And a 29, chopper right to the mound. Ooh, he looks back the runner and throws to first. So Burris with a stab. And it's going to be a G1, and everybody holds. Wowzers. So that was the right play all around. Pitch to Smith. Infield in didn't really matter. So here we go. So it's second and third now to Mumphrey. He's the 3-hitter, so we're going to have to pitch to him because we don't want to walk him to get to the 4-hitter. So here is Jerry Mumphrey. Yeah, because the other guy's hitting 370. Perkins is hitting 370. Pete comes by. Hi, Pete. Love a good pitcher's duel on the tabletop. Every scoring chance is magnified. He says, I've been playing 87 with replay with payoff pitch. I have normally high-scoring MLB season. It's playing out that way. I should look into that season. I just bought, like I say, I got some, what did I get? 76. I'm playing 76 Red Sox right now, and I also got, what was the other season I got? I got 2 payoff pitch seasons. Was it 69? I think it was 69 that I got. No, 84. I get 84 so I can play the replay. I still haven't played any games in that replay in a while. This should be a better week after I get back from Connecticut. I'm looking forward. I got a week off. I don't have to go to the hockey rink. I'm so looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to doing that a few more times this summer. Okay, so here we go. 2 outs, second and third. It is Jerry Mumphrey. Burris trying to get out of the jam. It's a 24, and it's a 13. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And Mumphrey goes down. So they get 2 hits. No runs. Mumphrey strikes out. Burris walks off the mound, head held high. And it's another goose egg for San Diego Super Padres. That was pretty fun, actually. little bit of strategy you got to figure out, right? Okay. So let's get back to my main chart. And it's going to be bases empty now, and it's going to be Youngblood coming up here. He's 0 for 2 today. 0 for 2. So we have a 32, and that's coming over here with a 26. And the 26 is down to second base. And that's going to be a nice, easy toss to first for Tim Flannery. I was actually a second baseman when I played. I liked second base. I really did. We won this year, 1980. That's why I'm into baseball. We won the town championship that year. Yep, we took 2 games out of 3. Games 1 and 2, we took them both against the National League team. And my Angels, were the town champs that year. I was in junior high school. Had a lot of fun. That's the last baseball game I ever played. Last organized baseball game I ever played. Hubie Brooks coming up. I was not the second base. I was the second baseman. And I was a good hitter, too. I was a good hitter when I played Little League. I just never got that far. I didn't know where to go. I stepped off the field that day. I was like, now what? I didn't know where else to go. I guess I could have played high school, but I didn't even think about it. 53 for Brooks is going to be a 19. That's a weird one here. Ground ball right through the third baseman's legs. That's going to be our first error of the game. And that's going to be Barry Evans. Barry Evans, looked right through his legs. And Brooks is on with an error. All right, so now we have Alex Trevino from Jeopardy. He's going to come up to the plate. Yeah, 53 is a random play. I stopped doing the random plays, or the matchups. I don't know. I might bring them back. I kind of went really basic with the hockey because it flows better, but I might bring back the matchups and the line changes. I might. I've been tempted. I've been really tempted, I can definitely claim. Yep. I can definitely claim that I left the game on top. I did. And Marlon says, grab those eggs. Yeah. Well, when I start playing Skyrim again, I'm going to have to grab those eggs. I'm just waiting for it to go on sale. I might not. I'm getting tired of waiting. I'm dying to play it. I've been watching a ton of Skyrim videos, and I haven't played that game in a few years, and I want to get back and play it. Both pitchers advanced to a B now. I think that's the way it's supposed to play, Billy. I don't. I don't move them up. I know the APBA does it. I don't. As Bob comes by, it's just me. I don't feel a pitcher should improve during the game. I just keep them at the same. And it's hard to drop a grade in that. What do you got to do? Give up 6 runs or something like that? So I just keep them at their normal grade. And again, this is kind of a one-off game, so it's not part of anything bigger. So, all right, Alex Trevino from Jeopardy with a man on first base. Here we go. A 42 is going to be a 13. Uh-oh, swing and a miss. Strike him out. 2 away. So we still got a man on first with 2 away, and it's going to be Bill Almond Brothers coming up here. All righty. All right, 12. It's a 25. And the 25 is hit down to second base. It would have been a double play, but since we already have 2 away, it's just going to be a G4. And that will do it. So we shall go to the bottom of the 7th. And here's our score. It is still just 1-0 New York. Couple of singles and a sacrifice fly in the first inning. That is all our scoring. If you're looking for scoring, this ain't it. And let me see. Burris in a pitching duel his stat line is not good. I'm not sure what a stat line is, but I'll take your word for it. And his first ever real baseball game was Status Pro in the 80s. I never played it. I never knew about it, And he started playing 78 Status Pro, yep. And the Mets batting order isn't putting the fear in any pitcher. Yeah, not this one, not 1980, right? I'll have to go take a look and see what their records are. I don't know if I could look at that right now and not wreck anything on my tabletop. So if I go to 1980, again, we're just chatting here tonight is what we're doing. Go to my standings. Okay, well, Well, the San Diego Padres were last in the division, 73 and 89, and the Mets were 67 and 95. So they were like the third or fourth worst team in the league. So I picked a couple of, and this is September too. So I'm surprised they're playing their starters because this is September. So yeah, they were already out of it at this point. So they probably So the Mets were 24 games out, and the Padres are 19 games out. So at this point here, I'm surprised they even had as many starters in as they did. But we're playing, having fun here today. So we're going to have Perkins lead off here for the Padres. Bottom of the seventh, still down by a run, and we have a 25, and that's going to come over here to a 7. Ooh, a 7C. The 7 C's is a single because he likes to mingle. So Perkins is on. He's a slow runner, though. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that as a slow runner. All right. He likes slow dancing, swaying to the music. All righty. So Gene Tennis coming up. Gene's got some ones and some zeros. We're going to let him hit. We're not going to have him bunt, okay? We're going to have him hit. I always wondered if I ever found these games when I was, junior high or whatever it was, if I would have played them, if this is something I would have played. Because back then I was outside a lot. We played outside a lot. We were right across the street from a baseball field when I grew up. And then, when we moved over by the highway, there was no place to play. There was nothing going on. Couldn't even play street hockey. And so that's when I would have played it. But then, right about then I got my license and started, doing that in video games. So I'm wondering if I would have stuck with us if I'd found it when I was younger. Or maybe I needed to wait till I was older. I don't know. It's interesting conversation to have with yourself. All right, Tennis is going to swing away. Oh, there it is. The 33 is a 0. I'm glad we did not do anything silly. All righty, so the second column roll is an 11. And that's going to be a single into left field. And, hang on a sec here. Now, that's kind of weird that he's going to steal a base. But he's going to steal a base. Single, running to the third, and he will steal on the 11. So he's a slow runner, but they're going to send him. There's going to be no throw. So Perkins down to third, a single and a stolen base for Tennis. And now we have Barry Evans coming up. Sing me a song, Barry Evans. And it's going to be second and third. Second and third. David said, these games brought me inside. We were always outside. We were always playing baseball or soccer at the park. We had a basketball net outside, a wiffle ball, you name it, until I was about 14 or so. And then we moved over by the highway, and I didn't have any sports to play at all. So we were stuck inside, so we did the video game thing at that point. And then it wasn't too long. I think we tried D&D, and we played it poorly, but we played and had fun with that. If I had found this stuff, who knows? I might have not left the house. I might still be there. Barry Evans. All right, folks. Now what do we do? I think we got to play infield in now. Second and third, nobody out. Up by a run in the seventh. We're going to play infield in. I'm calling it now. Okay, I'm not even going to ask you guys. We're calling it now. Infield in. Here's the pitch. It's a 14, and that's a 30. So Evans hits this one into left field. And that'll get the run home. So deep enough to get the runner home, and Tennis will stop. Oh, I forgot he was a slow runner, but it's okay. He's still going to come home. I should have pinch run for him. And Tennis will stay at second base. So they get the run home when they're tied. So Evans on second and third hits it into left field. There's one away now, and that's going to leave a runner at second base. So the Padres have tied the game at 1-1 here in the seventh. So now we have Stimick up now. Now a 22. That's an 8 on a C. And that's a single into left field. Runner coming around third. And Tennis, being a slow runner, is out at the plate. So they throw him out at the plate. And Stimick will take second on the throw. So, yeah, he's a slow runner, so he is out at the plate. All right, on a 22-8, I said. Yep, slow runner out at home. So I didn't pinch run for Tennis, and he is out. So we have two away. Still a tie game, though. I don't know if I'm going to go pitching change just yet. He's only allowed the 1 run. He's given up 3 hits, but he's only given up the 1 run. So we still have a man on second, and we have 2 outs, and it's going to be Flannery. And now we have a 42. That's a 32, and that's going to be in the right field, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. So they pick up 3 singles, and they get the tying run, and that's where we are right now, folks. All righty, running the 7th by San Diego Super Padres, and they have tied the game. All right, so we go to the 8th. Rick Wise, still doing all right. It's 1-1, so we're going to leave the pitchers in because it's 1-1. I don't like to get too crazy with changing stuff. I kind of go by feel anyway. It's just what I do. All right, so leading things off is, the pitcher, actually. So Burris, the pitcher, will lead it off. Now here's I guess this is where you would change the pitcher, right? So the pitcher's coming up. He's only given up 1 run. We're in the 8th. So I'm thinking now in a 1-1 game, you probably would take him out, right? So I think I'll pinch hit for him is what I'm going to do. So let's see who's going to pinch hit here. Anybody that I recognize. Looking for a decent batting average. 238, 167. Morales is 254. Flynn, 255. Tavares, 279. That might be a good one here. Maddox, 246. Henderson is 290. Maybe Henderson. Stearns is 285, but he's a catcher. I don't want to burn my catcher. So it's either going to be one of these 2 guys here. Oh, don't say extra innings. It's either going to be Henderson or Tavares. I'm thinking I'm going to go Henderson so I don't burn my shortstop either, my backup shortstop. Not that I'll need him, but you never know. All right, so Burris comes out, and Henderson will come in, and he's a fast runner. And Captain Carl Gus says he's looking for extra innings. I hope not, Gus. And Carl says the S for the runners is to keep them from scoring too many runs. I think that may be based on runs scored per bats, but not sure. That could be. I always thought it's how fast they were when they ran, but it could be from, if they didn't score a lot of runs. You could be absolutely right with that. And Tavares can steal bases. We're going to go Henderson, though. He's still fast. So let's see. He's got some zeros on here, too. All right, so we're going to go. So Burris is out. So Burris went, 7 innings? And he did pretty good. So Burris comes out. And Henderson will hit away here. And a 35 is a 9. And a 9C is, smashed it into the sky. And it's going to be a pop up to third base. He hit it pretty good, but he popped it up. And so he is out. All right, so Wilson will come up now. And so now we still need a pitcher. So we'll have to decide on a pitcher. Yeah, ID. Yep. Sometimes at night, I just like to play something nice and simple and not have to make a lot of choices and a lot of thinking. And the APBA Basic is my go-to choice at night after I've just had a whatever kind of day, if I'm just relaxing. I do prefer the Master Game, honestly, as we talked about here. But just for some fun, I like I said, this is just kind of relaxing for me. I can just play this all night and not have to worry about it, Gus he's had a lot of extra innings in his strat replay, so he's hoping to be spared tonight. Well, we'll find out. Again, it's 1-1, top of the 8th. We have 1 away, and we have Mookie Wilson coming up. A 63, that's going to be a 31, and that's going to be in the center field. And in deep center field here at Jack Murphy Stadium, it's going to be Jerry Mumphrey making the catch. So now we have 2 away, and it's going to be Bachman Turner overdrive, seeing if he can take care of business again. He scored the only run of the game for the Mets back in the first inning. And a 53 is an 18, and that's going to be down the shortstop. But the throw is wide. And Bachman's on with an error to the shortstop. Ozzie Smith with a rare error throws it. And pulling his foot off the bag was Gene Tennis. And so Mazzilli will come up with 2 outs and a runner on base. Okay, let's see what Mazzilli can do. Oh, no, the error. The error could cost them. The second 66 of the game. We have a 0. Oh, boy. Mazzilli at 24. That's going to be a 6. I think that's going to be a double for his trouble, right? And yeah, with 2 outs, everyone scores. Everyone scores. Oh, the Ozzie Smith error. Woo-hoo-hoo. Backman Turner overdrive comes around to score. Lee Mazzilli in the second. It is 2-1 for the Mets. How about that, folks? Top of the 8th, and the Mets string up a 2-out error and a 2-out double. There we go. Claudell Washington coming up. Here we go. And we have a 45, and that's a 14, and ball 4. And I think that's going to be the end for Wise. So we have first and second now. Washington on and Mazzilli on. Both are fast runners. Yeah, that cost them. So I think we're going to take out Wise. And I'm going to bring in, well, I wanted to get him in the game somehow, some way. And I love Raleigh Fingers. So Raleigh Fingers is coming in because I just wanted to get him on the table tonight. So Raleigh Fingers comes in. So Wise will go 7.2, right? 7.2. And Raleigh Fingers will come in. You got to have Raleigh. It might be wise to pull him. Yeah, see, now you're catching on. See, now you get it. Now you're catching on, right? And David says, Ozzie doesn't commit the error in the Master. Probably doesn't commit the error in the Master game. I think what would happen is I would roll. Because on that play, you would roll, and there'd be a small chance for him to commit that error. Because what the Master game does is it zooms it in on him rather than the defense as a whole. So you might be right with that. And that's why the Master game's there if you wanted to play something a little bit more intricate. And this is why the basic game's here. This is for Dave to play late at night. And I like having both choices. That's what I was telling Larry today at lunch. It says he was talking about that. I was like, Larry, I love having the choice to play a basic game. I love having the choice to play a more advanced game because it depends what I'm in the mood for. So we have first and second. Mazzilli at second, Washington at first, Joel Youngblood coming up. He is 0 for 3 today. He's due. So Fingers comes in to pitch to Youngblood. Here we go. 2 away. All right, 2 away. And a 53 is a 16. That's an odd number. A 16 is fly ball deep into center field, and the ball is caught. And that's going to end the inning there. So no matter what happens, there was a whole bunch of other things happening. But with 2 outs, all we get to know is that the ball is caught in center field by Jerry Mumphrey. And that'll do it. So just the 1 hit. But the error cost them. And there's the 1 run in the 8th. It is 2-1. It is low scoring. And if that's what you like, then you are enjoying this game so much right now. Okay, so now we need a pitcher, not a belly itcher. All right, who's coming in? Yeah, I'm getting a lot of 53s, right? Who's coming in? Jackson, now Holman, Hausman, Falcone, Glynn, Barunger, Bomback, Allen, Coble, Miller. Oh, Miller's a grade A. Jeff Reardon. I know Jeff Reardon, so Jeff Reardon's coming in because I know Jeff Reardon. And I'm just going to go by the guys I know. All right. I don't even know if he played in that game, but it don't matter. So Reardon will come in. And he'll open up the 8th here, the bottom of the 8th. And he'll go against Gene Richards. No. Oh, wow. Look at this. Fingers has got a hit. Oh, man. What do I do? Oh, boy. I think we got a hit for the pitcher, right? I mean, he's got a. If I roll, he's got doubles here. I didn't want to take fingers out this early, but I mean, we're in the 8th. We might only have 6 batters left. So, yeah, I think fingers has got to come out, unfortunately. And we got to get a batter up there, you know. Oh, let's see here. 292, 288. He does have. You want to bat with him? You think so? Vaughn Joshua is a possibility. Fahey. Oh, he's a catcher. We got Dave Winfield, right? We got Dave Winfield. I mean, we have Dave Cash. Randy Bass. Well, what do you think? Do we go fingers? Do we let him hit? I mean, I'm looking at the 2 cards here, and they're pretty close, actually. Although the 31 is a 9, so we got Reardon's a B. So a 9's a single. I'm just kind of looking at what we're going to do here. Do I want Winfield or fingers? Dave Winfield, you want to go Winfield? You got a pinch hit? Yeah. I hate to take Rolly out. Love Rolly fingers, but I think for the benefit of Mr. Kite, we're going to have a pinch hitter tonight. All righty. So there it is, Dave Winfield. All right, so Dave Winfield comes in. Fingers is just going to get that 1 out. And so it's going to be Winfield hitting in the bottom of the 8th. All right, let's see if it pays off. Let's see if Randy and Dave are correct. There we go. A 34-31. And that's going to be in the center field. Now, for fingers, that would have been the same thing. It would have been a fly ball in the center field. I hate when I put in a pinch hitter and he stinks. So, Winfield, thank you so much for absolutely nothing. So, Richards will come up with 1 out. And the Padres down by a run here in the 8th. Oh, there we go. There's a 0. So Richards gets a hold of this one. Could he tie the game with 1 swing of the bat off of Jeff Reardon? A 41 is a 7B. It's going to be a single because he likes to mingle. All right. So Richards is on with a single. He's a fast runner, by the way. Yeah, I know. It's all, we can look back 2020. Is hindsight. We could have looked back on that, but I think, Winfield was our better choice. What can you do? What can you do? Having a pitcher hit in the 8th inning is kind of, So now we have Ozzie Smith. He's got a single and a stolen base. Man on first, 1 away. Ozzie Smith facing Reardon, a 63. And that is a 31. And a 31 says in the center field. And that'll be another catch by our center fielder, Mookie Wilson. So, do the double switch. Okay, you're going to have to help me with that. Leave Winfield in the lineup. Take somebody out. Well, let's get through this inning first, and then we'll figure it out, okay? You guys are going to help me with that. All right, so we have a runner on first. We get 2 outs. We're not out of this inning yet. We're not done. We're not done. We have Mumphrey coming up. No, I'm not using as played. This is just a Dave one-off type of thing. I could go to that game and figure out. So where are we at? We're in September 6th. So if I were to go to the schedule to September 6th and just see who played in that game. Winfield pinch hit. They brought in Kinney and then Fingers. So I should have brought in Kinney first, but. And, wow, the Mets used a ton. This was an 8-7 game. Each team had 16 hits. So this is a very different game than what I'm playing. They brought in, Hausman, Glynn, and Jackson, and Allen. So I'll try to stick to one of those guys for the Mets, and Kinney and Fingers for these guys here. Winfield did hit, so I got lucky. I got lucky by doing it. And it is late in the season, so I'm surprised that any of these people played because both teams were out of it. But, again, we're just kind of playing with the cards tonight. I like to get these guys on the table. That's what I do. That's what I was telling Larry today at lunch. I was like, I like just seeing these guys on the table. It just puts smiles on my face. All right, so Mumphrey coming up, runner on first base. Let's see what Mumphrey can do. A 61, and it's a 24. And that's going to be hit down to short, and that'll end the inning. So they get the one hit, but they get absolutely nothing. So it's 2-1 Mets as we go to the ninth. Okay, so now you guys are saying to leave Winfield in, so we'll put him in the outfield. So Winfield would be in the outfield, right? And so I would, looking at this like this, right? Yeah, of course that wouldn't stand up for me. All right, so what you'd want me to do is, so Winfield would go here because he was pinch hitting, so he would go here, and I would have to take out an outfielder. So either Richards, Mumphrey, or Perkins. So Perkins would be coming up, so I wouldn't want him here, right? Because that would be the pitcher batting again. So I would probably put him in for Mumphrey, and then put the pitcher here. That's I think what we're doing, right? So Winfield stays here and stays in the outfield. Mumphrey comes out of the game because he got the last out, and that'll be the last chance for the pitcher to hit. So I put the pitcher here. I think that's what we're going to do, right? Okay. Okay, that's what we're going to do. All right, so Winfield comes in to center field, and so Winfield will stay in at center field, and he's a 3. So he'll actually bring that up to 37, which won't really matter. All right, so Flannery, Winfield, Richards. And then Mumphrey comes out. All right, Mumphrey comes out. So he's out of here. You are out of here. And then we said we're going to bring in Principal Skinner, right? Kinney it was, Kinney. All right, so Kinney's coming in to pitch. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So Kinney, we said, will pitch. All right, so Kinney comes in. All right, I think we got that, right? The Kitty carry-all. All right, so we're going to go to the ninth. Kinney will come in to pitch. I could have double switched when I brought in Fingers. He would have been available to pitch the next. Yeah, I don't know how to do, Randy. I don't know how to do a lot of the National League stuff. That's like a replay gamer thing, All right, so Brooks will come up. It is 2-1 Mets, and we're in the 8th right now. Okay, so let's go. 26. That's a 27, and that's going to be down the short. And Ozzie Smith will not screw up this time and is one away. So we have one away for Alex Trevino. And a 54. That's going to be a 32. And that will be popped up near the mound. Second base will take this one. And we got a P4 on the pop-up. Is this going to be Tim Flannery? So now we have the Almond brothers. Last hope here in the 9th. Kinney trying to go 1, 2, 3. 46, 29. And that's going to be driven into the gap in left field, but the center fielder streaking over will make the catch. And that center fielder is Dave Winfield. Wow, Winfield coming in and will make that catch to end the inning. Okay, so good thing we put him in there, right? And that is that. So we're going to put up a 0 here in the 9th. And it's 2-1 New York as we go to the bottom of the 9th. Jeff Reardon still on the mound here. We're going to give him a couple of batters as we start off with Perkins. Bill Allen was allowed to hit. Yeah, we let him hit. Tasby's like, He likes those old Mets-Padres battles in the late 70s, early 80s. Yeah, this is a battle for last place, though. I didn't realize these teams were that bad. I just kind of picked a game out of a hat, more or less. I was thinking about doing a doubleheader. I got to see how much energy I got, but I have the Mets and the Expos up. I was going to play them next, too. But as long as this doesn't go extras, maybe I will. I don't know. I'm just kind of in a APBA mood. Oh, look, it's 41 degrees out now. That's fantastic. Temperature's gone up. All right, so Perkins will come up to hit. He's the right fielder. He's got a single, right? He's got a single. Now, if I look at the game, Winfield hit for Perkins. So I'm not too far off with some of this stuff, right? Okay. Fun to watch two really bad teams fight it out, yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be doing a video shortly on my setup here. I know a couple people are asking me what's my setup like. So I'm going to do a video for that. It's just I dug out the camera and just going to show you what I do. It's not an elaborate setup, and I think you're going to be surprised at how small the studio is and how I make it work. But, yeah, I'll do a quick video on that and show that off if you guys are interested. All right, so we have Perkins coming up. Broderick Perkins coming up. All right, Broderick Perkins. That sounds like kind of a snooty name, Broderick Perkins. And we got a 16 from Reardon, and that's going to be a 28. And a 28 is hit to the left side. Shortstop comes over, throws him out, one away. That was a nice play by the shortstop, Bill Almond, the Almond brothers, getting it done. All righty. And World's Worst Gamer says he got a warm day. It's okay, so he's talking 15 or 19 degrees Celsius. I have no idea what that is. You could be like freezing into an icicle, or you could be like hot like the sun. I have no idea what Celsius is. I've never done that conversion. You know, I know 0 is freezing, but after that, you could be 95 degrees right now. I don't know. Sorry, I just don't know. John comes by. Am I liking APBA better than Strat? A little. I still like the Strat Basic a little bit. I guess I just like this how APBA flows. Just me. I play them both. I just tend to play a little bit more APBA. I don't know. I've gotten used to the APBA system, and I do like the APBA Master. So, I don't know. It just they don't make a lot of decisions with APBA, and I like to sometimes just to roll and not have to worry about things. So we got one away. Gene Tennis coming up. He's the first baseman. Tennis, a 13 and a 14, and he's going to walk. Ball 4. So now, all right, so now here's the thing. He's a slow runner. We need to get a fast runner in. So who can we bring in? Who can it be now for the Padres? It's going to be a fast runner. All righty. 15 Celsius is 59. All right, that works for me. Dave Little coming by. Dave, looking forward to seeing you. I'm packing up some of my my hockey stuff now so I can bring it, so I can show you a couple different hockey games face-to-face. Face-to-face is always the best way to do it. All right, so who can I bring in to pinch hit here? Pinch run, rather. So we need a first baseman. So do I have any first baseman over here? All right, so Bass could be my first baseman. I need a fast guy. How about this Salazar guy? He's pretty fast. So I'm going to bring in Salazar to pinch run. Okay. So he's going to be my pinch runner. So Salazar will pinch run, and then Bass will come into he'll be my first baseman when I'm done with this. Alrighty. Two bad teams that belong in single A. Oh, I wouldn't say that. Come on, Joe. Come on. And the chicken is fine. Oh, was that the San Diego chicken? I do remember that. Yep. And Dave Little's listening to the broadcast and cutting his stone cold hockey cards. I do that all the time. Dave, I do that all the time. Someone will be on, whether it's you or Al or Ron or whoever, ID, and I'll just watch them while I do my things, whether I cut cards or play or whatever it is, or set something up. It is kind of fun. All right, so we have a man on first base. That's the tying run. It is one away, and we have Salazar coming in to pinch hit, and Reardon will stay on the mound for right now. Okay. That's how we're going to do it. And for the Mets, if I got to bring in somebody else, I have Allen, I guess, might be my closer, I think. So we'll see. All right, let's see what Salazar does. Can San Diego come back, or is this going to be a double play? What do you think? Bottom of the ninth. 1 out, 1 on. 2-1 Mets. And we have a 34. That's a 31. And that's going to be into center field. And back to make that catch is our center fielder, Mookie Wilson. And now we're down to our last out. So Salazar is out. Bass will come in to do the first base duties if I need to. Oh, yeah, I know something. I think you're right about that. Yeah, he was pinch running. Oh, yeah. Oh, hang on. I screwed up. Hang on. Yeah, he was pinch running. So Salazar was not. Hang on. Yeah, you're right. So Evans is hitting. Salazar's on base. So I need to put Bass in. Yep. Hang on. So a 34 here. Oh, it's still a 31. So Evans flies out on the 31. Yep. So no matter what, it's a 31 to 31 to 31. So he's going to be out. So Salazar is still on base. So I'm going to have him off to the side. So yep. No, I'm not going to re-roll. I just got to put the right card out there. So Bass will slide in. Evans is now out, and it's Stimmich coming out. Now he's the catcher, hitting 220. Do I want to bring in somebody for Stimmich? Do I have a guy here for Stimmich? Dave Cash has some zeros in his card. So he's a possibility. Fahey can be my... Oh, he's got a 0 and a 1 over here. Turner has got some nice numbers here. I'm going to go Dave Cash. I'm going to bring in Dave Cash, okay? Yeah, I'm going to go Dave Cash. I like Dave Cash. So Stimmich is out. Cash is in. So Tennis is out. Stimmich is out. Oh, this whole thing is just a complete mess. So hopefully they don't get too far because I don't even know what I'm going to do here. My score sheet's just a mess. All right, so Dave Cash will come in. I'm going to go Cash. I want Cash. We're going to go Cash. Cash is flash right now. Here we go. Against Reardon a B. As long as I don't get an 8. All right, what does this other guy have here? Turner. All right, you want to go Turner? All right, we'll go Turner. All right, we're going to go Turner. All right. So we'll go Turner. All righty. All right, Turner will come in to hit for a Stimmich. All right, so we got a pinch runner, a pinch hitter. Boy, this is getting nutty right now. 2 outs. Watch him just strike out or something. Turner coming up against Reardon. Reardon trying to close the door. Here we go. And it's a 13. That's a 22. And that's going to be... The batter is hit by the pitch. It's going to be first and second. Oh, Nelly. By the pitch. So it's first and second. So Salazar is our tying run. Turner goes down. We need a fast runner for Turner. So Cash will come in for Turner to run. Okay, how about that? Boy, this is getting nutty now, right? All right, so Turner is out. Cash comes in to run. Rare play rain out. Yeah, that would be hilarious right about now. So now we have Flannery. He's a 240 hitter. All right, so if I can remember all my pinch hitters here. So we have Salazar fast pinch running. And then we have Cash fast pinch running. And Flannery coming up. So we have first and second. And now I think we're going to get Reardon out and we're going to go to Allen. All right. We're going to go to Allen. Because Reardon had his chance. And it says Allen is our guy. So he's a C, but I'm still going to go with Allen because that's who they brought in. All right, Allen was the last guy. Unless I go Hausman or Glynn. Hausman or Glynn. Glynn's a C. Hausman's a C. I'm going to go Allen. All right, we're going to go Allen. So Allen will come in the pitch. So Reardon goes 1.2. And Allen comes in to try to nail it down in the ninth. Boy, there's been a lot of decisions here. I didn't know Dave Cash played for the Padres either. I mean, he is. It does say San Diego, right? Yeah, San Diego. So Dave Cash is on the Padres. Interesting. So, he's let me look at my thing here. So yeah, Dave Cash was on the list. He didn't start, and this is it. This was his last year. It's 1980. He was 32. This is last year. So he went Phillies for many years, 3 years in Montreal, then to the Padres for his last year. And that's where we stand right now. So here we go. Flannery is the last hope going up against Allen. Allen to Flannery. What do we got? A 63. That's a 31, and that's going to be towering into center field. And that after all that, the game will end. So they got a couple runners on base. Couldn't do anything with it. And we'll cash out right here. So that is that. So the final score is New York 2 and 1 for San Diego. We did have the one error on San Diego. No errors over here, I don't think, for the other guys. And as far as hits, 2, 3, only 4 hits, huh? Only 4 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits for the Mets. That's it. And San Diego 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 hits. So that's what we got. 2, 4-0 and 1, 7-1. And that is that. So that's game 1 of everything. I'm thinking about rolling out a game 2. Hang on one second here. Just kind of, because I am having some fun here. You guys don't have to stick around if you don't want. But I was going to play, the next game is New York on the road again. So New York's on the road again. And I was going to have them play. I was going to have them play Montreal. So I was going to have New York and Montreal up next. So let me put away my San Diego Super Padres card. So we have San Diego pitcher. And so we'll put the Mets back over here. And we'll have our San Diego hitters. So San Diego will go back. And so we'll have a little mini road trip here for the Mets tonight. So they'll go on the road against the Expos. And so let's take a look at our batting order in this one. So we have Wilson. Let me see. Backman's playing. Mazzilli's playing. Washington's playing. No Youngblood. No Brooks. No Trevino. And no Allman. So we have a lot of new Mets coming into this game. Henderson's playing. Tavares. No Norman. No Stearns. No Jorgensen. Maddox is playing. And there's a Zachary in here somewhere. Oh, Zachary's the pitcher. So what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who's the last guy here? We have Wilson, Tavares, Mazzilli, Washington, Henderson, Maddox. Oh, Trevino. Oh, Trevino is playing. Trevino and Backman. All right, so that's going to be the lineup here for New York, and the pitcher for New York in this one is Zachary. Is that like Zachary Smith, like Dr. Smith? Right? I think it is actually. So Dr. Zachary Smith is in. So let me just get some ratings down, and we'll kick this off here from Montreal. So Wilson is a 2, and he is fast. And Tavares is an 8, and he is fast. Mazzilli is at first base, so he's going to be a 2, and he is fast. A lot of fast guys over here. Washington Outfielder 2, he is fast. Henderson, outfielder 1, he is considered fast. Maddox at third base, 5, he is medium. Trevino, the catcher, is medium. Backman overdrive is fast. And Zachary, our pitcher, is neither fast nor slow. So that is that. So let me get my adding up here. 10, 12, 14, 15, 20, right? 10, 12, 14, 15, 20, 27, 33, 35 they are. So they're 35. And that'll still be fielding 2, though. Bummer. So they're still in fielding 2. Now let's take a look at your Montreal Expos. All right, there we go. There's our Montreal Expos. And let's see. So we have Steve Rogers is our pitcher. And who's playing in here? So Bernazard is not playing. And Bonson is not playing. So it's going to get my number. Gary Carter is catching. Cromartie is at first base. DeCasto is not pitching. Dawson? Yeah, so Dawson's playing. This guy pays his dues, but he's not playing. Fryman's not pitching. Gullickson, Hutton, Leia. Is that like Princess Leia? Bill Lee. I should have got a Bill Lee game, the spaceman, right? LaFleur is not playing. Maka is not playing. Manuel, not playing. Mills, not playing. Montanez, not playing. Murray is not pitching. Norma is not pitching. Office, Roland Office, yeah, he's playing. Palmer, no. Parrish, yeah, Larry Parrish is playing. Pate, nope. Timmy Raines at second base, nope. The catcher's not Ramos. Ratzer's not pitching. Rogers is pitching, though. There's Bill Rogers, so he'll be our pitcher. Steve Rogers, rather. Sanderson. This guy's not playing. Scott. No. Sosa. No. Spear at shortstop. Yep. Catcher. No. Outfielder. Valentine. No. Wallach. No. And White. No. Okay, so who am I missing here? There are a lot of pitchers. Holy cow, look at all the pitchers that the Expos have. Look at all the pitchers that the Expos have in the roster here. That's a lot of pitchers. All right, so who am I missing? Well, I'm missing a lot of guys actually. I only have. All right, so I need LaFleur and Scott. Wow, did I really pass by this? LaFleur and Scott. Wow, I went by. Here we go. So LaFleur, Rodney Scott, Roland Office, Andre Dawson, Gary Carter, Cromartie, Parrish, Spear. That's at 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, there we go. All right, we're ready to roll. Ready to roll. So let me just get my fast and slow here on my score sheet. LaFleur is fast. Scott is an 8, and he is fast. A lot of fast guys here. Office is a 3 and fast. Andre Dawson is a 3 and fast too, huh? Carter is 8 medium. Cromartie is 3 medium. Parrish is 5 medium. And Spear is 8 medium. And Rogers is a 2 medium. Okay. So let me just add up everything here. We'll be set to go here for some terrific action. Oh, I got to mark up my table here. Oh, man. All right, so the double header here for those that want to hang around. 9, 12, 15, 23, 26, 31, 39, 41. Wow. So Montreal is good in fielding if I did my math right. So they'll be fielding 1. So fielding 1 and fielding 2. All right, let's kick things off. Here's our lineup here for New York this time, Wilson, Tavares, Mazzilli, Washington, Henderson, Maddox, Trevino, Backman, and Zachary on the mound. And for Montreal, LaFleur, Scott, Office, Dawson, Carter, Cromartie, Parrish, Spear, and Steve Rogers will be doing the pitching today. All right, let's kick it off. A little doubleheader, APBA Baseball here tonight here on a Sunday night, bringing you home into the work week, if you will. All right, so a 64 for Wilson. That's a 13. We're going to start off with a Strecky Man. So Wilson goes down swinging. We have one away. Frank Tavares. Was there a band called Tavares? I think there was. 63 at the 31. And on column 1 here, that's going to be in the center field. That'll be tracked down by the center fielder, who is Andre Dawson. And that is that. So in 1980, was that the Expo Center or Exposition Stadium? Where was Montreal playing in 1980? Let's see if I can click on that here. So I'm going to go to Montreal. Oh, they were second place. Oh, they were one game behind. Oh, they were so close. That's why they had their good guys in here. So they needed this game on September 9th, right? So against the Mets, this is a 3-1 win for the Expos. And it was played on unofficial turf at the Olympic Stadium, if you will. Okay, Olympic Stadium. So that should be fun. All right, so we're on unofficial turf, and it's going to be Lee Mazzilli. And a 12 is a 25. And weak grounded to second base. And that is that. It's a G4. So it's a 1, 2, 3 inning. And so we will go to the bottom of the first. It is Mets nothing, and the Expos coming to bat. So again, just a real quick inning. 1, 2, 3. Strikeout, fly out, ground out. Ron LaFleur. Let's see if he's going to hit the floor here. Here we go. We have a 56. 13. Struck him out. So each pitcher starting off with a strikeout. Nice job by Pat Zachary with the whiff. So now we have cool breeze. Summer breeze. Makes me, right? Rodney Scott, the cool breeze. 64. Well, that cool breeze blew right by him with a 13. Struck him out. Cool breeze. I'm just not going to live that one down on the channel. Now we have the Greyhound. Roland Office. He was the Greyhound. I wonder if he took the Greyhound bus to work, to the office. That's why they called him that. All righty. We have a 14. That's a 30, so that'll be hit into center field with 2 outs. And the center fielder today is Mookie Wilson, and he'll make that catch. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And so we'll go to the second. Absolutely nothing to absolutely nothing. All right, so we have Washington coming up. A lot of Mets on the channel tonight. What's up with that? What's up with all these Mets? I don't get it. 54, that's going to be a 32. And that's going to be into right center field. Coming over is the right fielder, Roland Office, and he dives and he makes the catch. So Roland Office in right field, coming over, a long way to go. And he dives on the carpet, makes the catch, and he's got all that little sunburn thing going on is what he's got going on, right? So why is my there? Oh, I lost the focus there. What's up with that? There we go. That was weird. It went out of focus. It never went back. Okay, so we have Steve Henderson coming up now. Let's go, Hendo. A 45. That's a 14, and guess what? That is going to be ball 4. So Henderson will take the walk. He'll take the Pantera walk. And with one away, we have Maddox coming up. All right, Elliot Maddox. Don't call him Ellie. He's Maddox. All right, Maddox. He's like a detective. 36 is a 33 for Maddox. And it's going to be popped up near the mound. Third baseman will take it, and we have 2 away. Just like that. Alex Trevino back here for the Mets. And we have a 26 for him. That's a 32, and that's going to be long fly ball in the right field. And coming over, and what's his name? Office will not have to dive this time. He'll just get there in plenty of time. And that is that. So, after 1.5, it is scoreless here at the stadium, right? At the stadium. We're going to call it the stadium. Andre Dawson coming up. His first at-bat here in the second inning. I almost said second period. A 16. That's going to be a 28. And a 28 is a hit down the shortstop, a two-hopper. And who's that short today? Tavares. Tavares will make the play. One away. All right, Gary Carter, the kid. They call him the kid. I don't know why they call him the kid. Ooh, a 44. That's going to be an 8B, and that's going to be hit well into center field. But coming over and making that catch is Mookie Wilson, covering a lot of ground. And so Carter is down. It's one away. And that's where the in the Master Game, too, you have the ballpark charts. And they'll come into play once in a while. So every now and then, it will take away a hit and turn it into an out and an out into a hit. So it's kind of neat. And I missed some of the chat here. Sorry about that. I didn't scroll. Somebody that wasn't scrolling down, you know. Oh, thanks, Joshua. Yeah, we just have some fun here. Don't do it. It's the one more before bed. Yeah, I know. I'm just having some fun. Just you guys want to hang out with me. That's great. Again, sorry I missed some of this here. Zach was Zach part of the Seaver trade? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he was or not. Take care, Joe. Thanks for coming by. And test me. Time to get back into APBA. I think it's fun. No, I wouldn't buy an old copy. I would buy the new copy right from the place, and just get it. Yeah, don't get an old copy. Do I have the Master Game? Yes, I do. And the Master Games can turn home runs into outs and some outs into home runs, and also with the ballpark check. Yes, you can. Yes, new digital diamonds coming out shortly. I gotta prepare my seasons because I got the 76 Sox and I got the 83 general season happening. So I gotta back them up and try to bring those in, and hopefully they'll work. Hopefully, that's the plan right now. But yeah, I would get, if you're gonna buy new. I like, these are the new cards. The new charts work great. I have some of the older stuff, and it's just the newer stuff. For me, I like the newer stuff. The older stuff still plays, and it plays fine, but I like the newer cards. I like everything here. Okay, so we got Cromartie coming up. Now we got two outs now after all that yakking. Ooh, there's a 44, and that'll be a 7B, and that'll be a single in the right field because he likes to mingle. So Cromartie is on, and that'll bring up Larry Parrish with two away and a man on. Oh, 65. That's terrible, right? So 65 is a 35, and that'll be a pop-up to the catcher. So that'll end that. They do get a hit, though. So we have our first hit of the game, and there it is by Cromartie, and the score after two, it is 0-0. So Rogers comes back out on the mound. Blackman Turner overdrive will come up and bat here for the Mets. All right. Let me get all my stuff straightened out over here, if we will. All righty. And third inning. We'll get it right. A 36 is a 33 against column 1. It's going to be popped up. Nope, it's going to be a strikeout. Strike him out. So Backman strikes out. Rogers with the Y. That's why I do like that. I know he's just a grade B, but when you add these modifications in, it does add a little personality in here. You know, I do like that. As Dave comes by. Hi, David. Let's see. I didn't see the comment here from you. I missed it. I'm behind in all my comments right now. He says, so what made me discover was being able to use it as a scorekeeper for Status Pro. Then I saw I got a built-in engine. Yep, fun times. Yeah, we got plenty of games to play. That's fun. That's what I was talking to Larry about today at lunch. It's over hamburgers. We're having cheeseburgers. All right, so now we have. It's going to be the pitcher here, Zachary. So he's the 9 hitter with 1 away in the third. And we have a 31, and that'll be strikeout. So Rogers with a couple of strikeouts here. So we get 2 away to Wilson. A 42 and 3 in a row. Wowzers. So he strikes out the side. Backman, Zachary, and Wilson. Where is Scott when we need him to keep track of the strikeouts? So, we are mowing them down here in Montreal. All right, so now we have Spire coming up. Chris Spire. He's the shortstop. All right, his first at-bat of the game. And a 24. That's going to be a 27. And that's going to be ripped down to third base. Yep, G5. So Spire is out on the hit down to our third baseman, Elliot Maddox. So now Rogers is going to get a chance to hit. All right, so Rogers is going to hit with 1 away and a 65. He's going to pop that one out to the catcher. So now we have 2 away, and this time the innings are going by quick. A 52 is a 27, and we just had that. That was down to third base. So a G5, a pop up to the catcher, and another ground ball to third, and that quickly ends the inning here in Montreal, right? I'm spending more time flipping the cards than I am playing the game. So we got another barn burner here after 3. It's absolutely nothing to absolutely nothing. Have I ever watched the fanfare for the Common Man video, Emerson, Lake, and Palmer from Olympic Stadium? No, I have not. I have not. My uncle was big into like the Allman Brothers at Emerson, Lake, and Palmer. Big into them. He's a little older than me. That was the stuff that, he listened to. Tavares will come up here. Now let's see what Frank can do. A 14 is a 30. And it's going to be a long drive into left field. And our left fielder today is Ron LaFleur. And the Flower will make the catch and is 1 away. Mazzilli grounded out. Let's see what Mazzilli's going to do. Ooh, a 44. And that will be an 8B. And that's going to be hit well into center field. Rolling back is Dawson, and he'll make that catch. It's a big field here. Very big field. And he'll make the catch. Rogers in Washington. A 46-13. Struck him out. So Steve Rogers now with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts in this game. Another 1, 2, 3 inning for Steve-O. And so, there it is. After 3.5, all zeros. So, what do we got now going on here? So, Scott comes up. Rodney Scott, the cool breeze. Not going to let him live that down. He struck out the cool breeze. The cool breeze is from him swinging and missing, by the way. So, we have a 32. That'll be a 26. And it's going to be down to second base. And so we have 1 away, just like that. Boy, it's going to be a fast game here. It really is. I'm kind of hoping the Expos pull it out because I like the Expos. Here's the Greyhound rolling office. A 42 is a 14, and he'll take ball 4. So Office is on with the Pantera walk. He is fast, by the way. And now we have the Hawk coming up. Andre Dawson. I was going to call him Darryl Dawkins, but he's Andre Dawson. Grounded out real hard. He was a real hard ground out. A 16, that's a different number. And it's going to give us a 28. And a 28 says, hit down to shortstop. And the only play is to first. So scooting down to second base was rolling office. And so we got a fielder's choice, and that'll move the runner into scoring position. So Gary Carter comes up with a man on second and 2 away. There we go. Gary Carter, a 16 is a 28. That's the same thing. Grounder down to short will end the inning. So, still no hits. Just the 1 hit by the by Montreal. Yep. So there it is. Zeros. A lot of zeros here. Just the 1 single by Cromartie. that went nowhere. And he'll be leading off next inning, by the way, for those of you scoring at home. All right, so now we have Henderson coming up. Let's see what Henderson can do. Back in Montreal. Remember, he played for the hockey team, right? Scored that goal in Russia. So now he's back. He's a hero. Henderson is a hero. Here we go. Henderson. 26. Not so much of a hero. Another strikeout. That's 6. Wow. So he's faced 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 batters. He's got 5 strikeouts. 6 strikeouts. 6 strikeouts. Wow, Rogers is nailing this. Nailing it right now. Every time I think of The Office. Yeah, right? Rogers mowing him down. Here's Maddox. 44. That should be good, though. No. Hit into center field. And again, Andre Dawson coming up with a catch in deep center field. And that's one of those that might have changed. With either the master game or the ballpark thing. I need to get back to that. I will. I'll get back to the master soon. All right, here we go, Trevino. Let's see if we can get a hole in one. Nope. 31. 31 says center field, and again, it's going to be Andre Dawson making the catch. A 1-2-3 inning. So he's had 4 out of 5, 1-2-3 innings. So Steve Rogers is mowing him down, but he's not getting any run support. There's only been 1 hit in this game. Right? So it's 0-0. No hits for the Mets right now. And for Montreal, just that single by Cromartie. That's all we got. That's all we've got. All righty. And Dufferman's at the ball game today, and he asked me why I used K for the strikeout, and I don't know. Maybe because it's in strike, like the K was in strike, and S is for single. I don't know. There's probably a reason why. S for sacrifice, S for single. Yeah, I would imagine that's what it is when they started coming up with things like that. All right, Cromartie's got the only hit of this game, and we're in the bottom of the 5th. And a 31 is a 9, a B9, and that'll be a single into left field. And Cromartie now with his 2nd hit of the game. Diving for it was Tavares, but he couldn't come up with it. So now, we're going to have to let Parrish hit here. We're going to let Parrish hit, okay? There we go. So John says it's chosen by Henry Chadwick, the pioneer of baseball statistics. It was the last letter in the word struck. Okay. Well, what if it was T? Last word in out, right? Struck out with a T. Imagine that all these years. Struck him out and you put a T. Could be. Alternate universe. Could happen. A 63 for Parrish. That's going to be a 31. And that's going to be hit into center field. Runner gets back to first. Is making the catch is Mookie Wilson. And that is going to be 1 away. Spear now. Can he move the runner along? 23, that's a 12. That's going to be a weird number here. So a 12 is going to be, around the horn double play. 5, 4, 3. So he will hit into a double play. That will end the inning. And so we'll go to the 6th. There it is. Absolutely nothing to talk about here in this game. It's like a hockey game with no shots on goal, right? All right, Backman coming up against Rogers. We're in the top of the 6th right now. Do I use M for a base hit because he loves the bingo? No. And Larry comes by. There's Larry. I've been talking about you, Larry. That was a fun time today. We were talking about APBA, actually. APBA Basic, APBA Master. I'm still full from that cheeseburger and the coconut shrimp. Oh, that was good. I could eat like seven more orders of that coconut shrimp. That was pretty good. I haven't been there. I've only been to Jake and Joe's a couple of times. And I don't know if I think I've been to that one. We had a meeting there one time, I think. All right, so we have Backman. Yep, Backman's gone. So it's going to be top of the 6th. So Backman comes up. He likes to mingle. Yep. Oh, there's one, right? That's going to be a hit, maybe. B7. There's a single. So Backman with the first hit of the day for the Mets, and they have a man on base. And so coming up now is the pitcher, Zachary, and we're going to have him bunt. All righty. As I like to do. So Zachary's going to bunt, so nobody out. And here comes the pitcher squaring around the bunt. A 15 is a 13, and that's going to be a bunted foul, strike 1. All right, Zachary squares the bunt again. Another 15, strike 2. I think we're going to have him go again. We're going to have him go again. 26 is a 24. Bunted to the mound. Throws the second. And the runner is safe at first, so he's gonna. It's gonna be a fielder's choice on that. So I'm gonna go. We're just gonna call it a fielder's choice. So a bad bunt by the pitcher Zachary, and Backman's thrown out at second. So Zachary's sitting at first base with 1 away, and that was a good time. It really was. It really was. Just. I could have talked all day. We were chatting for 2 hours, but I figured you need to get back on the road. But I had fun. We just chatting about different things, the games, and we play, and just that's what a D to D's con is going to be. It's just talking to everybody because, it's not often you get to talk face-to-face with somebody who does this. And it's just fun to sit across from somebody and just talk about things like that, Does Zappa have an adjustment for bunting with 2 strikes? I don't know. I don't really know. Just to be honest with you, I don't know. I just look at the chart and it says strike 1. So when I get another one, I just go strike 2. And then the third time it would be fouled off and he's out. So that's just kind of how I do it. So I don't know what kind of adjustments they have. This is just a chart. I could actually look to see what it says on the bunting chart. No, it doesn't say anything. It just kind of says bunted foul. All right, so now we have Wilson coming up. So we have a runner at first again. This time there's 1 away. No score in the top of the 6th. And we have a 31. Now that's a 14. And that's going to be outside ball 1. Because he's got the Z. And because he's got the Z, and because they're fielding 1, that's going to be a ball 1. Ball 1. How about that? Ball 1. A 56, that's probably not good. A 34 is popped out. No, it's a Y strikeout. Struck him out. So Rogers strikes out Wilson. Tried to check his swing, but he didn't check his swing. And that's, 7 strikeouts now for Rogers? This is kind of fun, actually, with Rogers on the mound. 2 away, runner at first base. Right, runner at first base. And here we go. And a 31 for Tavares is a 9. Ooh, a 9B. Chopped off the mound. Nobody's going to get it, and that'll be a single. So everyone is safe. So an infield hit for Tavares, and we have first and second with 2 outs. So we could have our potential first run of the game. That's the first time I think anybody's... Oh, second time we get a runner on second base. Yeah, a lot of APBA is built in. There's a lot of things built in with APBA. And that's the joy of the basic game, is because everything's built in. You don't get to really worry about it. All righty. Lee Mazzilli, first and second. 2 outs. And we got a 26. And that's a 30. And that's skied into left field. Way up in the air. Coming over is Ron LaFleur. He'll make the catch, and that'll be that. But the Mets do get a couple of hits here in the 6th inning. So at least we have some stats, right? So they will get 2 hits. No runs. And that's what it looks like right now. Just the 2 hits. The Tavares hit and the Backman hit. And that's where we stand. So coming up to bat now is... the pitcher. So Rogers will come up to hit here in the bottom of the 6th. All right. So here we go. You like the Mazzilli card? Sometimes I look at them. If I see a lot of second columns, I know it's a decent card. So yeah, Steve Rod is leading off the bottom of the sixth. He popped it out. Ooh, a 44 though. 8B hits it into center field. He hit it on a rope right at the center field. A nice hit by Rogers, but that's going to be taken by Mookie Wilson as one away. Well, right now the Mets got 2 hits. He was no hitting him into the sixth, so he's got 2 hits now. So Ron LaFleur will come up. He's 0 for 2, so he's never left the ground floor. A 26 is a 27. That's probably another out. Yeah, down to third base. Ground ball down to third base. And making that play at third base is Elliot Maddox. But now we have the cool breeze. He struck out and grounded out the second. So the cool breeze, Rodney Scott, what can he do? What can he do for Canada? What can he do? A 16 in the cool breeze. And a 28 is going to hit it down to shortstop. So he tries the other side. That doesn't work. And so it's a 1-2-3 inning for Zach. Here we go. There it is. After 6. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All right, so the cool breeze. Can't get it done. Oh, I think I lost my pitcher in here somewhere. Yeah, there he is. It's the only thing about National League games. You got to take your pitcher out. All right, so Rogers back on the mound here in the top of the 7th. Pitching a 2-hitter. Well, the other guy, though, Zachary's got a... Oh, no, he's got a 2-hitter as well. We have 2 singles. 2 singles from each team is all we have. So, yeah, he's got 63 steals. That's why he committed all those. That's why he's cool breeze. Okay, I get it. Okay, so let's go Claudel Washington in the 7th, shall we? And a 61 is going to be a 24. And hits it down the shortstop with the backhand. And the long throw will gun Washington down. And that's going to be Chris Spire, the shortstop, making the play. Henderson. Let's see what Henderson's going to do. Well, he's got a 16. That's a 28. And that's down the shortstop as well. And another great play by Spire, the shortstop. Yeah, who's the score? 0-0. Who's winning? The Bears. I need to get the Bears on here. I get the 85 football. We'll be getting some 85 Bears on this week. Maybe later in the week. Maddox coming up with 2 outs in the 7th. All right, we're going to give this a good shake. All right, give it a good shake. There's that 53. Where's ID? He's calling for 53s, and he's got them. That's going to be hit down to third base this time. And so we got a G6, and a G5. And that's going to end the inning. So that is that. Pinch hit for Maddox. Not yet. All right, so nothing going on here. And we'll show the score sheet again. There's nothing to look at. There's, again, G6, G5. I mean, just... So Roland Office comes up against Zachary, who's pitching. They both have 2 hitters going. So it's been a pitcher's duel, if you like pitcher's duel. A 45, another bad roll. Ooh, 14, though. And that's ball 4. So Office is on with a walk. Andre Dawson coming up, and Ron tells me you can't have the cleanup hitter pinch hit, so he's going to not pinch hit. Here we go. A 14, that's a 30 here in the bottom of the 7th, and that's going to be into left field. No major issues out there for our left fielder, Steve Henderson. And Gary Carter will try it now. 1 away, man on first with Gary Carter. He's got nothing going on today either. 45, 14, and ball 4. So a couple of walks here put runners on first and second for Warren Cromartie, who's 2 for 2. He has both hits against Zachary today. So let me get my first and second chart open up here. Here we go. Cromartie, first and second, 1 away. Mets at double play depth. Here we go. And a 24 is a 13. Chases one in the dirt. Strike 3. Strike him out. So Zachary fires a strike, and that's going to bring up Larry Parrish. First and second to Larry Parrish. Let's go. They call him the LP. Here we go. Larry Parrish. Oh, there we go. 50. Oh, 8B, though. And slowly hit the third. The only play is to first, but that is good enough to get out of the inning. So Parrish down to third base. Gobbled up by Elliott Maddox, and that will do it. So, still no hits. Still no hits. And after 7, yep, that's what we got. Nothing. I got nothing. All right, flip back to my bases empty chart, and we're going to go here to the top of the 8th. Both pitchers staying in. Trevino comes up, right? It's a 2-hitter, so we ain't touching anybody. We're going to let him battle it out. A 23 is a 12. Ooh, that's going to be different. That's down to first base, though. And taking it all by himself is Cromartie. Cromartie's had a good game here today. All right, so now Backman comes up. Let's see. Backman's got a single. He's got the only other hit of the day. So let's see what Backman can do now. 34, 31. Well, that'll be hit into deep center field. But our center fielder is Andre Dawson. He will make the catch. So now Zachary, the pitcher, we are not taking him out. He is having a day. And considering the Mets are out of it, we're not taking him out. So we're going to let him hit. A 13 is a 13. And now he struck him out. So after 8, there it is. 0, 0, 0. Oh, need Zachary here. And Wilson, yep. All right, so Spire will come up in the bottom of the 8th. Yeah, we could be here all night. Whose idea was it to play another National League game? Here we are, bottom of the 8th. Spire trying to get something going. A 53. There's that 53. Where is ID? He cursed me over here. And an 18 is down to shortstop. Error. Can't make the play. And Spire is on with an error. Oh, the shortstop, E6. So that's going to bring up Rogers. And we're going to have Rogers bunt because he's pitching a gem. So he's pitching a gem. So when you're pitching a gem, we're not going to take you out. We're going to let you just try to bunt. I know he got a pretty good hit the last time in the center field, but Rogers, a 35 is a 13, and we already figured that's going to be a foul ball. Bunted foul, strike 1. A 46 is a 30. This is going to be bunted to the third baseman, and that's going to be a good sacrifice. So moving down to second is Spire. So Rogers with a sacrifice hit. We now have a man on second base. That's been pretty rare in this game. So LaFleur, who's done absolutely nothing, is the leadoff hitter. And let's see if he can do something. So, man on second with just one away. Can we get a run, a hit, or something? Nope. That's going to be pumped up. And LaFleur pops it up. I think that's what it is. 35. Hang on a sec here. That's going to be the third baseman, so it's going to be a P5. All right, so he's out. So now there's 2 away, and we got the cool breeze. We got Rodney's caught the cool breeze. The 0 for 3 cool breeze. About to go 0 for 4. Here we go. The cool breeze. And, hang on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. That's a 14, and that's going to be ball 4. So the cool breeze is on. So we have first and second now with 2 away to roll in office. So we're not done yet here, folks. In the bottom of the 8th. The Expos got things happening. They have first and second with 2 away for office. Single, because he likes to mingle, will tie the game. Let's see if he likes to mingle. Oh, he likes to mingle. He likes to mingle. So what do we got here? We got a 7B. And that's going to be a RBI hit into left field. First and third. Slow runner out at the plate. Oh, no. All right, RBI hitting the left field. So, no, wait. RBI hitting the left field, first and third. Slow runner out at home. Okay, so hang on one sec. Let me do. I gotta think about this. RBI. So it says it's an RBI hitting the left field with first and second, but a slow runner's out at home. He's not a slow runner, luckily, so he will score. So it's going to be an RBI. So it's going to be Spire. The throw of the plate is late. He will score. Scott, the third, offers the second on the throw. Correct? Yep, so second and third. So the throw to the plate is late, and a run scores. So Spire will score on the single by Office. How about that? He likes to mingle. Single because he likes to mingle. All right. Whew. So bottom of the eighth, it's now 1-0. We have a run across. It's only the third hit off of Zachary today, which is kind of a shame because he was doing good. But that error started the whole thing, right? An error, then a sacrifice, a pop-up, a walk, and a single. Second and third. And Dawson with 2 outs. A 41 is a 28, and that's going to be hit down to shortstop, and that will end the inning. So they get 1 hit. That's only the third hit. They will get 1 run, though. How about that? Let's look at that. There it is. Look at that. 1-0. As we go to the top of the ninth, Steve Rogers on the mound. He's also pitching a gem. I feel bad for Zachary. I do. He was doing really well. He's only given up 3 hits. It was that error. That error was a killer. All righty. So leading off, it's going to be Wilson, Mookie Wilson, in a 1-0 game. Here we go. The goaltender is pulled. And we got a 56. That's going to be bad. 34. And it's going to be a Y. Struck him out. Rogers strikes out Wilson. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strikeouts for Rogers. Woo! Tavares. See if they want to pinch hit for anybody here. Did the Mets pinch hit? No, they really didn't pinch hit that game. And they lost 3-0. So they're going to go down with the ship. Here we go. 45. That's a 39. And curve in, strike 1. Interesting. Strike 1. A 56. That's a 34. And a Y. Struck him out. 10 strikeouts for Rogers. Woo! And Lee Mazzilli with 2 outs is the last hope for the Mets. Lee Mazzilli, 0 for 3. And a 25. Ooh, that's an 11, though. And that'll be a single, and he'll steal. So this game is not over. So Mazzilli with a single. He takes off, and he's at center. So tying run at second base, Steve Rogers. What did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 strikeouts for Rogers. 10 strikeouts. And World's Worst Gamer says, bring in Geddy Lee. Do we bring in Geddy Lee? I don't know if we bring in Geddy Lee. Mazzilli on second base. The cleanup hitter, Washington. 0 for 3. Rogers trying to get the complete game. Here we go. And it's a 61, and that's a 24. And that'll be a broken bat hit. And the shortstop will come over and make the catch, and that will do it on the pop-out. So that will end the game. So the Expos, I was going to say the Canadians, the Expos hang on for the win. All right, let me kind of put some things back here, and we'll take a look at our final stats. Well, yeah, I think that's it. Hopefully I got it right. So 1 hit there. So, yeah, they only got 2, 3 hits. So nothing there and nothing there. So let me sort that out a little bit more. So New York gets shut out. Wow, look at that. That's a shutout. They only picked up 3 hits, right? So they got the 1 hit, the 2 hit, and the 3 hits. 3 hits, and any errors? Yes, they did commit 1 error, and that was the game winner right there. The game winner. And for Montreal, They had one, two. They only had 3 hits as well. They get 1, 3, and there was no errors on Montreal. So, interesting game. If you like pitcher's duel, that's what we got. So we have New York falling to the Expos 1-0. Zachary and Rogers each with a 3-hitter. That was pretty good. That was fun. So there we go. Doubleheader tonight of APBA Baseball. Hope you enjoyed it. Just playing some basic here tonight. I need to get back to the master game and get back to my payoff pitch things, and I need to get the 85 Bears. So many things I need to do here on the channel as I want to pull out some old games and new games. My new thing, when I was talking to Ron the other day, and even Larry today at lunch, I was talking about the things I want to do now. I want to do the double elimination tournaments. Again, I never really did that. I always felt either play one game or play a whole season, but the whole coming up with a tournament thing was never my thing. But, I've talked about that a few months ago. That I'm kind of liking the idea of tournaments so I can get different teams on the table, and you don't have to, commit to a long project. Just do a double elimination, take 4, 6, or 8 teams, whatever it is. And if you can find a game that plays pretty quick, you could have some fun with it. You really could. And I'm not sure what game or what teams or what year I'll do with that, but I'll find a way to do that and have some fun with it. So anyway, I don't know if Ron's getting nervous about the Canadians or not. I think the Rangers were eliminated, right? Pittsburgh, Boston, and New York are all out. Boston, we knew a long time ago. They gave up, But anyway, well, I'm Dave from Studio B. And thanks for coming by. And again, Larry, thanks for meeting me today for lunch. That was I had so much fun today. I really did. That's the only thing I did today, aside from playing some games tonight. I had fun just chatting away. It was something completely different that I had a really good time with. So we'll talk to you all later. I don't know if I'll see you tomorrow before work or after work. We're going to see how it goes, but hopefully we will. And then Wednesday, I'm hoping to broadcast from Connecticut, or Thursday down there, to see how it goes. And we'll check out the venue for Digital to DiceCon 25. I'm Dave from Studio B. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.